And we are back. You are watching the Open Division Finals, Season 3 of GCL, powered by Elgato. Now, we just had the first map where Fwogs come out on top against Built Butter in Bind, and this is going to send us to map 2 now on Ascent. I'm Jess, bringing you the play-by-play, and once again, Kira with the big brain color.
Is it big brain though? My brain shrinks every day with unless I hydrate. Then it starts expanding as I am drinking water right now in preparation.
Yeah, my throat's dying. Definitely in preparation. That game went so long. 13-11. Both teams are so evenly matched. And I'm looking forward to, more Valorant gameplay, but my throat help.
It's okay. We drink a lot of water so we can bring you this top quality gameplay coming out from both teams as Fwogs will be starting on the defense with Built Butter on the attack. And what is this, Jess? Is this another mirror that we see today?
Oh my god. Is this like just a standard comp for a set now? Why is everyone
Maybe because the last series, I think the mirror was also on Ascent.
Yeah,
I
it
don't remember
was.
if it was the same exact team composition though. It was very similar. I know that. Maybe a Phoenix instead of the Reyna,
Yeah, maybe.
perhaps. Yeah,
But
but
everything else
something
was
like
the same.
that. Mm-hmm. As this round, once again, it's going to be up to both of these teams how exactly they choose to do so. Ellie!
That early push out is gonna get punished as Lori and team is going to rush on through with that open cat still on site, however, but it's just her on the ground. Lynn able to pick a kill up as well on this heaven area, but still that will go down and Fwogs will have to play for this retake now. Gino's on that tree area and the other two are going to be on heaven. This is going to be a tall order given that their position is aware, but Lynn still making it happen as she picks that one up onto Flowerful, going to even numbers up now. 3v3. They're going to be gathered onto heaven, but that paranoia just going to delay a bit as the spike will stay ticking. 32 HP on the side of Lynn now as they drop to hell, but still not able to confirm those shots, and it's just only a matter of time. Wait, what the heck? Oh my gosh, she got a 4K. Can she get the 5th? Oh no, but Inahan is gonna pick that one up. Well, wow, Lynn almost making that happen. That had me shook.
Same Fwogs there. They did not have anything to clear out hell. They did smoke off main, which didn't allow for it not Han to come in and help the team, except for just pushing straight through that smoke. It's going to be Built Butter coming out on top for round number 1. Now Fwogs going to have that weapon advantage going into round number 2 with 2 members playing mid and keeping Clefairy all alone on that A site. Seems like that is the vibe of their team, as Clefairy has been playing alone quite often.
There's that lineup as well. Not going to spot anything as they're just going to updraft and force themselves through. Clefairy, however, is going to get found out on this heaven, and that's going to be an early plant coming out of the side of Built Butter as they were able to aggress on through. But they've made their way now. Fwogs going to get some frags. It's 3v3, and that plant is taken away in the background. Lynn has the blades out already, is going to be soaring on through as they try to spot their next target. This is going to be a dangerous peek as so many members are watching this exact same angle, and all 3 of Fwogs are coming from it. That recon dart giving some information as well, and Inahan gonna get to left to Lynn now with the blades, but not gonna connect, and that's going to be the round for Built Butter.
Strong eco round coming out from Fwogs right there. Tried their best to get onto the site and use those smokes as they had those 2 smoking agents remaining. And just not able to clear beneath their feet as Built Butter take the same stance and finish that off 2-0. Seems like it has worked for Clefairy just to be alone there. She did not have anything to actually stop those members of Built Butter because, as they said, they lost the first round, so they did not have any grenades or anything like that. It will be a setup going on to B this time, though, as Built Butter are going to be on this strange buy with the knives already popped, and they're getting ready to come on. Anya, only one here.
only one here. He's trying to connect those shots, is able to confirm 1 kill, has to dismiss back, but Nahan gonna catch her off guard now. It's a 4v3 plan going down. Ellie's gonna take all of that damage, and the Molly as well. Molly's not even gonna go off as Flowerful will go down. And now 1 member left. Panini is in the hell area, but is gonna get caught with that paranoia. She just couldn't see, but there it is. First round on the board for the side of Fwogs.
This time, Fwogs able to come in from both Garden and Heaven to pincer those members of Built Butter onto that site. They're still able to keep 3 members alive, so that will be the Rifles and the start of a budding economy for the side of Fwogs, but they do not have any ultimates to work with as of yet, as Built Butter will have that Hunter's Fury and the From the Shadows. Looks like this time they're not going to be pressuring A, as the spike is sitting outside of B onto Panini. But we will see, as Lynn is going to be aggressively holding top of Cat. Will get smoked out here, and top of Cat will get smoked as well. Silver dart for both teams. Oh, I was going to say won't find anything, but we'll find out. Ellie twitches as she has to back off from Cat, but that is a long-range shot onto Lynn. That is the mid player down.
Mid player down, and that's going to put them at an advantage on the side of Built Butter now, as they're going to try to go for this Cat take. That dart going to tag up Ellie, force her back into her demise. Now 3 members left of Fwogs, 2 on A, and Clefairy still holding out B. Both Killjoys not knowing that they're both on B, but doesn't matter. The spike has been planted at A.
And because it is a 3v5 situation, Clefairy has to come over to A first. Gonna have a lot of dart covers coming out, trying to hold out any sightlines. Paranoia is now down on the side of Built Butter though, but Flowerful is coming up from Cat.
Oh, she's holding this as well, but Dinos tries to fight it back, but Flowerful will come up on top. Not without getting tagged up at 24 HP though. Is going to take this sneaky position. Oh, sees the back of 1 member, but Clefairy trained that out now. It's a 1v4, and it feels like this is going to be the round going to Built Butter. There's just not enough time left.
There is not, and they just pushed in through Cat. We saw that typical dart cover come in and just block off Garden to allow that free plant. After that, just able to hold them off, especially with that early pick onto Lynn mid. That sightline must have been crazy, because that was actually smoked at the very top. So I'm going to change it up a little bit. Not going to play anyone mid proper, it seems. Lynn is actually coming. She's coming back. She's coming back with a judge. So they will not be able to look at top Cat, but there is an alarm bot sitting there at the very front.
Here.
When this is going to be a hard push towards A now on the side of Built Butter. That recon dart is going to let them know that someone's coming on in. Oh, and that Lyra as well, going to deny Ellie of any vision. And cannot resist this push, and they're made their way onto site, and Fwogs will have to wait for the retake, but Lynn able to get that one before she falls herself. Now a 4v3, trying to help out her teammates there as they finally make their way onto site.
Be the Silver Drone coming out from Built Butter, and the Hunter's Fury is available, which allows for Nahan to play so far back, and because On was tagged out. Oh, she's brought so low by the Hunter's Fury, and she's gonna get pushed by Lori as well.
Yeah, this is looking a bit rough now for Fwogs. Clefairy and Dinos both on opposite ends of A, and it feels like they're just gonna try for exits here.
That's one exit, and it looks like the rest of them are going to be hunting them down. Oh my.
Oh, the shot is doing its work. Oh my goodness. Okay, they may have lost that round, but they made that so expensive for Built Butter.
They did, and now Built Butter, their economy's still okay though after that, but it's still going to look very dicey for Fwogs. They do have a lot more to work with this round though, as they have the Hunter's Fury of their own, along with the Empress coming out on both sides. So that Hunter's Fury could stop the lockdown should Flowerful choose to use it on the attack. It looks like she's gonna make her way toward B, and that is, there's a typical spot for Killjoys to put it down there, and if she does, they will not have the Hunter's Fury to deal with it. Oh my, Lynn going so far up there.
They shot the bird in the sky. Oh man. What an opening pick coming out from Built Butter there, and that's that's gotta hurt now for Frogs as they're gonna be playing with one woman down.
Make that 2.
Make it 3.
3. Soma Joe's gonna just be clearing out this area. Clefairy, the only one here, but Spike making its way back toward B as they're gonna catch out her as well. So it's gonna be Dinos left in this 1v5 situation, getting pushed from everywhere, but she could catch out Diana if she's not too careful. But she is going to check that angle and make sure that this is a flawless. And I see the diamond. You did not have to remind me.
I was about to.
But that is gonna be Built Butter taking another round for themselves. Only with that Hunter's Fury expended. Fwogs now, they really have to try to stop Built Butter from entering this site, as nothing they're doing is really working right now because they're getting picked off so early. And maybe it is time to just play further back on site, play some of those closer angles, because once again, they're on the weapon disadvantage and they're pushing up really fast here.
Pushing up really fast with that turret, able to guard Built Butter, and that's going to send them back now. Again, both teams now have to reevaluate their positioning after that early ordeal, and this is going to be a bit of a slow beginning.
Still quietly waiting outside of Cat. Gonna smoke mid. Move up, but Lynn sitting here in market. Panini is all by herself with that spike. So if she is caught out here, that could be devastating for Built Butter.
Oh, and they just saw each other's barrels, but have to be sent back there as Panini did have backup Diana moving up closer to mid while Panini rejoins the rest of her team in B main.
This time, Dark Cover is going to come out from CT side. They're not going to be able to see anything. It's going to be up to Dinos.
Oh, Dinos is pushing through! Oh man, Dinos and Lynn able to get kills left for both. Now, literally the numbers to only 3, but Panini and Diana are rushing on through, and it's just left to Ellie and Clefairy now. But one enemy remaining. Ellie's so low, and it's just going to be a solo mission on the side of Frogs in Clefairy. She's moving on over to market, but Diana positioned here and might potentially catch her off guard and once she enters through. Oh, but she peeks it just perfectly, and now a 1v1, very winnable, doable on both. Not to mention the lockdown. Oh, but she's paranoid, she's blinded, and the peek is coming up, but it doesn't matter. Clefairy able to shoot first, and she's gonna get this defuse down.
That was a great lockdown there. That forces Panini to come out from back of sight because she had nowhere else to go. She was not able to take advantage of the paranoia to spray down Clefairy. That is going to be Fwogs taking a round after a dry spell. Both of them being defuses, so they have allowed Built Butter to go onto site almost every single time and just try to work on that retake. But I think this time, Fwogs just try to not allow Built Butter to get on one of these sites. I want to see if that's possible, because I think that could be a nice strategy for them. They don't have the Phoenix this time or the Brim in order to have those hot hands or the mollies to block off the front of one of those sites. So it will still be a little bit difficult as most of their composition relies on just taking duels.
This reliance on duels, but no duels to be had yet as both teams have not met each other. Ellie going to scout out this mid area, but gonna see nothing. Ooh, but Panini just walks into it at the right time, so they will note that there is a few bodies in B, and that Spike now, after getting tagged, it's gonna move along to A.
That's a 1-for-1 trade going outside of A, as the Empress will have the opportunity to be popped. But the lockdown's going to present itself at that B site, and that is a really long Hunter's Fury coming out as well.
Fury was forced out to try to kill this lockdown, but it's still going to go on through. No players attained, but still, that was enough for them to get onto the site.
Planted.
And now, only 2 members left. They're trying to make this work, but the dark cover is not really allowing them to go in safely now. It's just left to Klee and On having to walk through the CT spot now. Not only that, but the recon dart is going to force them back as well, and this is just going to delay them even further. So much util is being used here to stop them.
They don't have anything to try to get onto this site. There's no Killjoy utility and no Reyna utility, but it doesn't matter. It's going to be a 1v2 now.
Ooh, time is ticking. Oh, On has to try something here. She gets another. That's a 4K, but there's not enough time. But still, that 5K will come on through, so I will still call that a W.
It will. It's still going to make it expensive for the side of Built Butter. Not going to matter too much as they are able to purchase rifles once again, while Fwogs is not able to on their side. And that is almost all the ultimates popped on both sides. So neither team is going to have too much left for round number 9. Except for It Not Han. It is at 6 out of 7. Could be looking to get an orb. Maybe at B, as most of these members are outside there right now. But Lynn is going to hold this aggressive angle. And she's going to push up so far.
She pushed up so far, Kira, and she's going to pay for it as they're getting just mowed down now on the side of Fwogs. 2 members left, and Ellie and On, but still, this is going to be rough for them.
Oh! And Ellie's not going to be able to take advantage of that flank, as it is going to be On left alone with the Spectre. Does get one, but it's going to look into a lot of members of Built Butter, and they will be taking their 7th round. They are extending their lead, and at least Fwogs is able to buy this round, but it is not looking too great for them. They are still just allowing for Built Butter to get onto these sites.
Sorry, I just had to rest my throat a bit there.
I was like, Jess, is there a microphone with you?
Oh man, but look here, this kind of be looking like deja vu. They're rushing into B main once again. This time, no aggressive push out on the side of Fwogs. However, they're just gonna be shooting through all the smoke. The dark cover's denying any vision for them and for us. We couldn't even see them go into the site, but they've made their way on, and the plant will go down. It's just gonna have to be a 4-woman retake on the side of Fwogs.
Lynn not being able to do anything. Gonna have both Aloe drones come out. Will clear logs, but will not actually find anybody. Oh, that is a very nice.
Oh my.
Last player standing.
That is so good from It Not Han. That Hunter's Fury really doing work. And now Dinos was here on the side, and now she is the last member alive, as she's gonna get sprayed down as well. That's another diamond and another flawless coming out of Built Butter, as once again able to just get onto site and use those dark covers, play around it, use the Hunter's Fury, just catch out those members of Fwogs.
That altercation. The altercation was so funny because right after the first person died, we switched over to the second person, and then they immediately died. And then we switched over to the third, and then they immediately dropped. Oh man, all 3 dropping in succession. But now it's a new round, and we'll see if Fwogs can defend B now. All the swap grenades and this Killjoy util is going to help delay, but still, Lefairy going to fall as she attempts to hold this site down bay. Still not enough, and the plant is going to go down, and we'll have to see another retake coming out from Fwogs again. But Ellie connects the classic kill, and Flowerful will go down. Now it's a 4v4. They'll have to group up and think about how they want to enter this site, but even no time to think, as Lori is able to pick that one up, and Diana as well, and bodies are just dropping. They can't even step into this site. Kira, oh my goodness, Ellie's trying to do something here. She's trying to make something happen, but It's just her against the world. 1v3. The shots are connecting. They're converting. But 9 HP isn't going to be enough as Lori will pick that one up and bring us to a 9-2
Last
scoreline.
round before the switch.
Butter there was just trying to make sure that no members of Fwogs were sitting in B main. We saw the early paranoia come out, and then with that, they just aggressed onto site once again. Killjoy is not enough to hold down this 5-woman push, and she will be getting some backup from Dinos now, as she is. Oh no, Dinos is running away. It's gonna be Clefairy once again trying to hold this down against 5 members.
Yeah, and they're just rinse and repeating here. It's been working. They've been able to collapse onto site fast. They've been able to aggress very quickly, and all this util now being used, but Ellie's gonna connect that. Oh, Tino's took so much damage from those volleys though, and they're gonna have to be on the outskirts of B once again, leaving Clefairy to be the only one left alone on site. 4v3 now, the plant will go down. Lynn has taken a higher position, and On's gonna catch Flowerful out. Now a 3v2. That position paid off for Lynn, and she's able to get that all but unknowingly into the arms of It Not Han, who's at 30 HP now. It's just the 2 members left of Fwogs. Ellie, Dinos has to make something happen. They have to make this work. The drone's gonna give the information. She's in the middle of both. And oh, it's only a matter of time, but I don't know. Can she juggle this? The paranoia does come through. Oh, but the recon dart as well. She gets the information, but Ellie was waiting on the other side and gets that. And the defuse finally in order for Fwogs to get them that round point.
It is over.
And it's gonna be 3-9 to end this half. And as you said, Bill Butter is doing the same exact thing,
Switching sides.
popping onto B side every single time. And Fwogs did not adjust to allow for them to stop any of those pushes, and they have their work cut out for them now, as it is 3-9 going into the second half, and now they are on the attack. So I don't know if they're gonna try the same thing like Built Butter and push on to B again, as there's a lot of members postured out there right now. But Built Butter looks like they kind of expect this, so they have stacked 4 people here, and they're doing the same thing as Fwogs, except flipped, as Killjoy will be playing on that A site.
I guess you could say it's like a mirror matchup, because, you know, the teams are mirrored and the setups flip, and like mirrors, you know, flip things.
Okay.
Anywho.
Ladies and gentlemen, Just has lost it.
Oh man. Oh, the teams, they're just so good. And they're going on in now, just not knowing that both of them are on this other side of the wall. Dino's now in the dark cover. She's gonna try to go on in, but the members of Built Butter are waiting patiently for their execution. Meanwhile, the other 2 members of Fwogs are just, you know, scouting out the parameter.
That's a long-range Killjoy turret.
I know.
That's going to be the Sova drone coming in from that A side. And this is going to be a
there's the leer.
pop-off. Oh, no, they're not
Oh,
going
they
to
didn't check it! They didn't check it! Oh man, how's she still alive? Okay, she finally passed away. Now 3v3. Wow, just succession of frags coming out. Ooh, that signaled
30
this
seconds
chaos that is happening. The plant does go down, but in a hot spot at 8 HP now.
Last
Ellie's gonna
player
finish that off,
standing.
and it's just Flowerful on the CT with her trusty turret that is gonna be blocked off by that dark cover. So goodbye, turret. Flowerful making her way onto site to 3 members of Fwogs. She's tippy-toeing in, not knowing where they are on the sidewalk, but they're watching it through the boxes. Lynn able to tag her up to only 26 HP now. She's gonna have to hide for cover as they're trying to wallbang her through. The turret is helping her out, but Ellie going to peek on out and finish that off.
Looks like Fwogs is doing the same thing as Built Butter. Going on to B and just being able to clean up and take them all out, as they are going to be on these Spectres now and hopefully taking another round for themselves and closing the gap. Now, Built Butter gonna switch back, and I'm still quite interested to see that they are leaving the Killjoy alone. It hasn't been working out for both teams, so I do wonder why they are still using the strategy.
Here.
Killjoys can fend for themselves.
Not without any mollies though, as
Oh,
Flowerful
oh
is
no,
gonna be stuck on that classic.
she got peeked by two members as well, and yeah, it hasn't been working here, and that basically just freed up B site for them. But you know, maybe they can retake this successfully as a team, and that's what they're playing for. The rest of the team members are making their way, except for it not Han, who
Spike planted.
thought something would be an A, but now she's gonna move on over to regroup.
Again, not too many flanks coming out this game. So the members of Built Butter can just come back over and push onto this site as it's going to be a little bit of a toaster oven.
Oh, but
One
Lynn!
enemy remaining.
Such great positioning, creates a crossfire with her team, and Dino's off the back of that, gets a 3K as well, and that's a 5-9. They're clawing themselves back in, Kira.
They are. If they win this bonus, it will just help them that much more. As Built Butter, they're going to be buying up to 0 and 100 credits. This is going to be quite scary if they lose this round. Instead of B this time, they are switching it up. They are moving toward this A side. They're going to be hit with this aggressive peek from both Diana and Lori.
Spike down A.
Oh, and that is that initial pick from Diana using that dismiss to get away. But Lynn is coming in from the other side, and it's going to be a man advantage for Built Butter.
Bad advantage indeed, and that's gonna send Fwogs all the way back to B now after all those altercations happening at A, not in their favor, of course, and this is going to be a bit rough for them as there's already two members of Built Butter awaiting their presence on B.
This is where the Killjoy is as well. This time, she will have a friend, and that being Panini and the Swarm Grenade that is sitting at the front of the site. 40 seconds remaining, and they're going to get spotted out by the turret.
Oh, the Paranoid coming out as well, but the Lear connects before that does, and she's able to get off,
Spike down
capitalize
B.
off of that. Now 2v3, Flowerful still
seconds
trying
left.
to get
One
that
enemy
people
remaining.
down. But Lori does come out on top with that 3K to assist her team member, and that's going to send us to a 5-10 scoreline after Fwogs was able to string a few streaks of rounds.
Nice hold from Built Butter there onto that site, just staying in market. And it was critical that they picked off that spike carrier at the front of the site because Fwogs, we just saw Ellie where she was like, I am out of here onto the site. And then she turns around and her team member is already dead. She has to come back for that and did not work out as they didn't have any more flashes to work with or any smokes to provide them with more cover. Once again, it's Diana and Lori pushing out of A side, but Fwogs have moved themselves up mid and up B as that turret is going to spot out Diana.
Fairy is going to choose to lurk here now that they know that there was a member who tried to push out aggressively. Meanwhile, the rest of her team postured towards this mid-B area, and they're trying to get foothold of this site. The updraft we just heard made its way onto site, and they're getting these frags. Wow, in just a few seconds, Diana is the only one left. They literally just mopped up that mid-market area, and that market area is now clean of all the food and all of the bodies.
Spike planted.
Well, where's the food coming, Jess?
Like the pizza.
Ace.
Now I'm hungry. Oh wait, what's the... Oh, for the ace, there's like a 5... It's like 5 little dots around a circle around a diamond. Things
Today
you
I
see.
learned. Yes.
Yeah. It's another diamond. That's actually pretty cool. I didn't notice all these things. Well, in any case, it will be Fwogs bringing it back up, forcing Built Butter onto another save. This should be a 7th round for them as won't really have too much to work with in terms of ults. But Ellie is one away from the Hunter's Fury. It doesn't look like they are going for the orb this time. Not the same thing as Bind, where Dinos was taking that B orb every single time.
Oh my gosh, and Ellie's already at 5 HP to start off the round.
Oh
Got
my.
spotted out there when she was trying to scout out some presence in mid and cat. And with that, this is going to send them to look towards A.
That's going to be the door closed for the side of Built Butter. And now they're going to set up a crossfire outside of Cat. But Frogs right now, Spike is moving up into A main. And this could just be a free site for them, especially if that door is closed.
Yeah, and both members not even looking towards that area. They're still focusing their sights onto mid.
There we go. Dark cover coming out. Leer and Paranoia. All those utilities not technically going to be needed as there was nobody holding that site.
And no resistance at all. But still, that gives them enough comfort to plant that spike. As the Fairy will open up this round with the first kill onto Diana. And Built Butter will now have to play for retake with one woman down. They've already got into position on the side of Frogs, and they're watching the exits, they're watching the entrances. But the Fairy, after getting that kill, will fall to Panini, and Lori has been spotted as well. They're slowly making their way onto site. Ellie is still low from earlier, but On is watching this entrance, and so is Dinos, and it's just left to Panini. And wow, that post plant by Frogs was oh so good.
Looks like neither team on the defense can allow for the offensive team to just go onto site, because when you get the site for free, it seems like both teams' post plans are quite strong, as we just saw manifest for Fwogs, bringing it up to 7 and 10. And this time, their post plan is going to be that much stronger because of that Killjoy lockdown that is available, as it not hot 6 out of 7 right now for the Hunter's Fury. And because Built Butter has not been going for these alt orbs, she will not get that charge unless she gets a kill. Be pushing toward this B side now, and they are no longer leaving Killjoy alone. It's going to be It Not Han with her, just to make sure that they can hold B just that much better. Both are going to be playing at the back of site and not taking any aggressive stance. But Fwogs still taking it quite slow, with Lynn making sure that no members of Built Butter are going to come out from that A side.
And there's that lockdown you were talking about, Kira, being used and initiated to try to get onto the site comfortably. Still though, there's that spot in Boathouse that is not covered, and she's gonna stay there and use that to her advantage when Yusuf comes out. But two players are detained, and they're trying to search for these members. They've made their way onto site, but they're in the middle of the team in Built Butter. Ellie now is near Boathouse, but the Paranoid did come through. Dinos had that site. Oh, she coughed her. She didn't think there was another one. And these frags are coming out. Panini will finally go down. It's 1v2 now after all of that chaos. Lynn, only one left alive, and the spike is not in her possession. Just two members of Built Butter keeping watch on the spike, and Lynn, the only one to get it.
So unfortunate. Fwog just did not push in with the lockdown. They were just stuck at the front of the site. So that allowed for both members who were in the back just to stay alive for the rest of the members of Built Butter to come in through CT and take advantage of Fwogs, who were still there. So that's going to be 11 rounds going over to Built Butter, pushing them that much closer into tying this series up. But look at the buys. They are in a very difficult situation right now, as it's still quite expensive for them. Only two members will not be able to buy this time, as Fwogs still have quite a healthy economy. Can go for at least 1 or 2 more rounds. Both Hunter's Furies are up, along with both Empresses. So we will see how these ultimates are used, as it's still going to be Lori and Diana holding the fort down here at A. But Diana's stuck a little bit, and that is going to be the Hunter's Fury coming out to help her.
Oh, the Hunter's Fury coming up from both sides. Going to create a lot of confusion and chaos here. But after all of that ruckus, it's going to be evened out at a 3v3 for both teams. Spike has been got, and now it's just left to Frogs to choose which site they want to execute on.
Looks like they are still choosing to move toward A, because they know that There's no longer the Hunter's Fury, and all that Killjoy utility is most likely set up on B. Oh no, that is going to spot out it, not Han here, but Lin has taken out Panini.
Han is still trying for it. Oh, she gets
Spike
both.
down,
Wow,
enemy
pulls
remaining.
down the fort herself, and now it's a 1v1. Both Killjoys who will come up on top. Flowerful has her crosshairs on Klee's entrance, and there it is, able to connect. And we are at match point, Kira. If this round is
Match
won by
point.
Built Butter, we are going to be sending ourselves to a third map.
They are well set up for this right now because they have those 3 ults. They have the Lockdown, the Empress, and the Blade Storm. So this could be used, especially since Lori right now is going to be sitting on that Judge. And that duo of Lori and Diana just outside of A has been working out for them. They had to be bailed out by Han there with that ultimate, but it did not... It did not put Built Butter at that disadvantage. So now it's going to be Fwogs once again trying onto this B site. All the Killjoy utility has been put down. And it's going to be Built Butter completely backing off and allowing for Fwogs to take that site. But once again, we have to be careful of this lockdown that's slowly making its way from CT.
Spike planted.
That has gone off. Vigil is being used as Built Butter are trying to make their way onto site. But as you mentioned, Kira, ults are available, and it's only a matter of time where they can use it. Lee, however, able to get 2 kills before she falls. It's a 4v3 now. The lockdown is still available. Lin, 22 HP, playing directly on the site, and there's the lockdown. They have to make a move. It's just 1 member left now, and Han is gonna get run down. Lin picking those 2 kills up, and they're staying in this. They're extending this game.
Woo, they are, and that has pushed Built Butter back onto a save. So this could be a 9-12 quite soon, but Fwogs right now looking quite good as, again, it's just going to be the post play. Even though the lockdown was used to try to force out those members of Frogs, they forced it out, but they were not able to win the gunfights. So this is just so close, Jess.
I know! Don't you love it, Kira?
I'm freaking out because honestly, one wrong move from either team and the game could just be over.
Yes. Not to
You
mention
should
if
run.
Frogs do get these next couple of rounds, it won't even win the match. It'll just send us to overtime. And there it is, lockdown. They're trying to move their way onto site.
Oh no, oh no.
Detained and taken out, but Panini is able to get 2. They're making their way onto site now. The 2 detained now gone and off the board. It's a 3v3. Plant has been Spike has been planted. They're making their way on through on the side of Built Butter.
All of them are coming in through that CT side. Lin has picked off it, not Han. They do have some storm grenades to work with, but they have an uphill battle.
Uphill battle indeed. Paranoia and the smokes deny them any vision, but Flowerful with the sheriff. Oh, so good. It's just Panini now. Oh, Dino's taking this stance. Oh, but is gonna get converged, and there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We are going for a map 3 between Built
Defenders
Butter
win.
and Man I Love Frogs for the Open Division Finals.
13-8, and on the top of that, it's a thrifty, absolutely crazy way to end this game. And whoo, that was so close on both sides. Neither team had that first blood advantage. And I mean, it's the mirror matchup. The mirror matchup, it's just knowing how to best use it. And it seems like Built Butter has come out on top for this one. We are going to go into a short break so we can rest our throats, the players can rest their eyes and rest their hands, and we will be back shortly for map number 3 for all